Hi, welcome to the market alert for Wednesday, the 15th of January 2025. So US stocks finished mostly higher in choppy trade after cooler than expected PPI data ahead of today's CPI numbers. So that was good news. Stocks chop, bonds bid and dollar descends on cool PPI ahead of today's CPI. I wonder if this is going to set a bit of a precedent for today's CPI numbers. And Bitcoin and bullion bid as bear market in bullish sentiment continues for stocks. And then, of course, after today, we've got Trump's inauguration. I don't think we've got anything else major this week, have we? We've got the CPI numbers out today at 1:30. Let's just have a look for the rest of the week, see if there's anything major. Anything from the UK, got GDP from the UK tomorrow. Retail sales, but nothing there, and then Friday retail sales and whatever. So yeah, no, there's nothing else, and then we get to the inauguration, don't we, on Monday, and that's for the US. So the markets are technically closed, although government bonds, etc., for Trump's inauguration on Monday. Right, let's have a look at the markets and have a look at how choppy they are and kick off with the Dow. So the Dow yesterday, in the daily chart, you don't see the choppiness. The market continuing to move to the upside, reversing overnight slightly there. And in the 30-minute chart, you can now see the choppiness. Market sold off down to the DP and then reversed and moved back up, then pulled back and then moved back up again. So certainly choppy on an intraday basis, not so much on a daily basis where the market is actually more or less in a consolidation phase at the moment. Meanwhile, in the DAX, this tried to move higher yesterday, ran into a bit of trouble there. We just spread this out a bit and widen it out. And let's just draw in some fibs, see where the market traded up to yesterday. So from this high to here, bang on 89%. In this retracement swing. So if I just get rid of that, because we can see where it went to. And also if we go from here down to here, you will see that yesterday we were at 78%. So from here down to here we get an 89, and then from here down to here we get 78% retracement. So a bit of a struggle for the DAX in this area. In the 30-minute chart, there's your choppiness. Market did trend up, but very choppy. And you can see the PPI numbers that were released yesterday in core PPI market moving up, but then reversing. We'll look at this in more detail when we look at the 2-minute chart. In the S&P 500, this too sideways, showing a bit of support for yesterday. Again, the choppiness is only really seen in the 30-minute chart, and there's plenty of that there. There's the market's reaction to the PPI numbers, then we sell off, then we come back to the high of Monday, and then we drop back down. And inside of all of this, you can see the market's fib moves, and then from there to there is going to be 89, that's 62, and then the market sideways overnight, just sitting at the DP at the moment. Certainly going to be choppy this morning, if not very quiet. And in the FT100, the market moving slightly lower there, below the 200 MA at the moment. And in the 30-minute chart, the market was up to the PPI numbers, and then, well, these are the release of the PPI numbers. So we're starting to decline there, and then prices down to the low before then reversing and moving back to the upside there. So have a look at the US dollar. US dollar down, which is a positive for the metals. You can see there after hitting the 110 psychological level that the dollar now is having a bit of a breather. It's certainly going to be interesting next week when Trump takes office, that's for sure. Right, so a quick look at the metals. So in the metals, we've got the markets moving sideways to higher yesterday for silver. It's a bit of a cluster of volume starting to appear here, but again, this is going to be subject to whatever the dollar does today and how it reacts to those CPI numbers. Yesterday, choppy. Yesterday morning, the market managed to move on the derivatives markets. Then we get to the London fix, and then we've got the PPI numbers out at the same time. Market moves higher on these, which I was surprised, to be honest with you. I thought it would have had a bit of a shakeout first and then moved higher, but holding quite well given the dollar is moving lower based upon those PPI numbers that were released during yesterday. Same for gold, also was trying to make its way back to the upside. Now it's got a bit to go to get back to the all-time high, and 30 minutes of gold moving nicely there on the overnight. Whether they've got a heads up of what the CPI numbers are going to be, I don't know, but there's certainly some interest there at the moment in the Far East. There's the PPI numbers when they were released. Gold was slammed, silver wasn't. So let's have a look at the gold-silver ratio. So gold-silver ratio for yesterday was moved lower. However, overnight gold's moving better on the upside than silver at the moment. So a bit of a reprieve for silver yesterday, but heading back to that 91 area at the moment. So again, let's see what the CPI numbers do when they're released today. Quick look at yesterday's trades. So yesterday morning, the market in the pre-market session moving lower, and as I said yesterday, in yesterday's alert, they'll gun for the highs, which they did. So prices moving up to the highs. Then we had a potential trade that wasn't filled. It was so quiet. You can expect more of this today as well. And then we had another sell signal that was filled, and then the market moving down to the 200 MA there and the close, where you'd expect to find some support. Green inside of the red bar as well, which shows there's some buying, and then prices moving back to the upside, just the one trade there, and then prices just trading in a range, as you can see, all the way through to the PPI numbers, which spiked up on the good news of the drop in the PPI numbers, which is obviously going to help the stock market. But you can see that the market wasn't convinced of this and said, well, hang on, chaps, we've got another one tomorrow with the CPI. So the market then brought back down towards Monday's high. We then get another potential sell signal. It took a moment or two to break. And then you'll see that as the market started to find support and round the high, taking the money off the table. And at this point, you'll see that the market becomes very tight and sideways, and a good time to say, well, look, that will do for today, as that trade wasn't filled. But there were two other small trades. You can see again sideways, that one's taken out, and then conversely this buy signal also sees the market, because of it, getting into a choppy sideways range, trading sideways as well. You can expect more of that today. So if you manage to make a few points on the first few trades, and you know you've got something like the release of the CPI numbers the following day, then the market's going to soon start get trading sideways and treading water. So let's have a look at where we are overnight. And at the moment, the market is down by the DP for yesterday. Let's see where we are on the bigger picture. We've got the high around 80 points, and also the low about the same there as well, which you'd expect with being DP and the close, and the 200 MA there as well. Prices below this at the moment, but again, it's going to be a case of what the market does when it gets those CPI numbers ahead of Trump on Monday. So let's see what happens, and 1:30 is the time. Okay, that's it for this one. So, like I say, it's down to how the market reacts to those CPI numbers at 1:30. And with that, as ever, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.